Hi and good morning. Welcome to the RA Yogi. I'm Julia, your yoga instructor for arthritis, and today's yoga session is a mood-boosting yoga flow. We are facing some challenging times this year, and as we move through fall and into winter, this is a transitional period for us, and the days are getting darker and colder. It's a very important time to cultivate the inner light that shines brightly within us, our inner energy, to help us get up in the morning, to help us move through stagnant energy that we may be holding on to, that might be weighing us down. Yoga can provide you with an immediate support and sanctuary during the most challenging times in your life. And it helps you to regroup and reset your body and your mind. What you'll need for today's yoga practice is a yoga mat and any other props that will help support your knees, your hands and wrists, and your head during this yoga practice. So I welcome you to be in comfortable clothes, whether it's your pajamas in the morning or some yoga clothes, anything comfortable, and just know that we're going to get this mood of yours boosted. And then right after this class, I recommend going to take a nice shower, and you'll feel refreshed and ready for the rest of your day. So let's get started. Our first yoga pose is mountain pose. Face a window, face the natural light in your home. Bring your 2 feet shoulder width apart and your palms facing forward in mountain pose. You can keep your eyes open or close the eyes as we're just waking up and starting to build our energy for the day. Breathe deeply into the belly, the diaphragm, and the chest. And exhale. I started our practice with standing today because on days where you want to curl back up into bed or you just feel very lethargic or low energy, it's great to stand up or to sit up and to start moving the body. From mountain pose, inhale the arms overhead into upward arms, keeping our base, grounding into the corners of our feet and reaching the arms overhead. You can continue to face the sun and breathe, lifting the heart, keeping the head in line with your spine, looking straight ahead. And if you feel any discomfort or pain in the shoulder, you can simply bring your hands back to heart center and focus on lifting the energy through the crown of the head. Good. Wherever you are, breathe in and exhale to release the arms all the way back down. Inhale the arms back up, reaching the arms up. Ground into the feet. You can gently bend the knees. Reach through the spine, lengthen the spine, breathe in. And as you exhale, gently bend to the right. Very gently, you don't have to go far. We're just waking up the spine. Relax the shoulders. Inhale to flow back to center and exhale to bend to the left. Very gentle. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale to flow back to center. And take a few rounds on your own, exhaling as you bend and inhaling as you come back to center and lengthen the spine. Crescent moon. And exhale, hands to heart center. You can release your palms facing forward, back into mountain pose. Exhale through the mouth, making an ah sound or a sigh to release any negative or stale energy in the body. Let's do that one more time. Inhale through the nose and exhale to sigh. Very good. Let's send our hands behind us. Interlace the fingers if that's available to you. If not, place the hands on your lower back. Inhale and gently lift the heart and extend the arms behind you into a chest stretch. Allow your head to gently lift the chin to gaze up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Not to overextend the neck. So from the side angle, chest stretch, we're extending the arms, squeezing gently the shoulder blades together, lifting the heart. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale fully. And exhale fully. And come back down. You can make some circles with the wrist to one side and the other slowly. Just waking up the hands, waking up the wrist. And if you're feeling sluggish today, and if you notice that your digestion is also sluggish today, you can take a forward fold with me. Ground into the 2 feet, feeling the base rooted into your mat. Inhale the arms overhead. Take a big stretch, and then as you exhale, with a nice long spine, you can fold forward, bend your knees as much as you'd like as you come down and release the head last. Forward fold. Breathe in and out in your forward fold. As you inhale, we're massaging the belly and the internal organs with our breath. Release the head completely. You have the option to grab opposite elbows, release the head. You can sway gently from side to side. And you can release your arms, release the head completely. Inhale, take your hands to your shins and gently lengthen the spine, keeping the legs nice and long. Breathe in and gaze down towards the floor. Breathe out. Fold forward once again, releasing the head completely. Take one more full breath and exhale through the mouth. And step back into plank, taking your time to get there. If there's too much pressure on the wrists, you can come down to your forearms or to your knees. You can add your yoga wedge underneath your hands, your yoga wedge. Or you can place a folded blanket underneath the knees. So come into whichever variation feels best for you with plank, and take a nice inhale and exhale. Inhale fully, and as you exhale, pull the belly in and up. Lengthen your spine. Breathe in. And as you exhale, gently press the hips back, coming into your first downward facing dog of the class. You have the option to walk the dog and release the calves. Warm the ankles and the feet muscles, the hamstrings. And then come back into your downward facing dog. Exhale completely. Inhale to flow back into plank. rolling back into your plank pose. Whichever one feels good to you. If you want to come back down to the floor and half plank, that's perfectly fine. Gaze down, breathe in. And as you breathe out, come down into child's pose, resting the hands and fingertips and the forehead to the floor. Take a few mindful breaths in child's pose. Allow your glutes to sink all the way back to the heels if that's available to you. If not, stay exactly where you are. Just release the forehead down to your yoga mat and breathe. When you're ready, bring weight into the hands. Press back up and come to all fours, taking cat and cow for just a few mindful breaths. Inhale, gaze up, drop the belly, and exhale to round the spine all the way from the lower back, middle back, and upper back, and drop the head to gaze towards the navel. Inhale, look up. Arch the back, cat and cow. One more round, inhale and exhale. Inhale to step your right foot forward. Gently. You might need more cushioning under the left knee, so take your time and slide a prop underneath the knee. And this just protects the joint from too much pressure. You can grab your yoga blocks for some height to gently place your hands on the yoga block and find your heel in line with your knee. We're breathing in, lifting the heart, sending our hands to our yoga blocks, and gently tucking our tailbone under to feel the hip flexor stretch. You have the option to keep your hands on your blocks for stability and gaze straight ahead. So breathe in, gently tuck the tailbone under wherever you are, and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Explore the posture and notice what feels best on your knee. Maybe it feels better to walk the hands up the thighs or send the hands down to the hips and tuck the tailbone under. Breathe in and breathe out. Maybe you want to send your arms up to the sky and the palms facing one another. When you're ready, send your hands back down to heart center. Release the palms to your yoga blocks and press back. Gently sweep your right foot back to meet your left, and we'll switch sides. Taking our prop underneath the right knee this time. Moving mindfully and carefully. Slide your left foot forward. You can grab your ankle and help yourself to send your leg forward. I know I need it today. So once you send your heel in line with your knee, as you bend your knee forward, set up your yoga blocks on the highest height to provide you with maximum elevation and support. Breathe in to your modified low lunge. Keeping your knee in line with your middle toe throughout the entire pose. And if you're ready to take on another variation, you can simply walk your hands up your thigh. Your blocks are there in case you lose your balance, taking your time to come up. You can even place your hands to your hips and gently tuck the tailbone under. Breathe in and breathe out into that hip flexor stretch. Inhale, send the arms overhead if that feels good to you. Palms facing one another. And exhale, hands to heart center. Take both hands to your blocks. When you're ready, gently press back, sliding your left leg to meet your right. Amazing. And we'll come down onto our bellies, giving our hands and our wrists and knees a break. Once you're down on the belly, you can release the tops of your feet and send your arms in front of you in extension, releasing your forehead down to your yoga mat. Take a few mindful breaths right here before we set up for Superman, Superwoman, whatever you want to call it. And let's come to a variation of Superman. Gently lift your left leg and your right arm up. Inhale. And exhale to lower. Inhale, lift the left arm and the right leg, keeping the gaze down towards the floor, keeping your head in line with your spine. Gently release back down. Let's do this 2 more times on each side. Inhale to lengthen the right arm and the left leg, half Superman. Exhale to lower. This strengthens the lower back, the arms and the legs. Gently breathe in. Lift the left arm and right leg behind you. Notice how that feels in the body. And exhale to gently lower down. Create a pillow with your hands and gently release your cheek down to your hands and breathe. Relax on your belly. You have the option to add a cushion under your head so you can release your arms to your sides and you have no weight on your hands at all and you're just resting your head on a pillow, or you can stay where you are. Notice what feels best for you. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And breathe deeply. You can gently turn your head to the opposite side, taking your time. Relax completely. Notice your heart rate. Notice the sensations in your body, in your breath, the life force in your body. We'll take our knees into our chest. Gently, you can send your hands beneath the thighs or on top of the shins. Whatever feels best for you. Breathe. I invite you to make gentle circles with your knees to one side and the other. Be very mindful of the knee joints. the feet gently back down. We'll take a gentle twist, sending our knees back up towards our chest, and with control we're going to lower down to the left side. So send your hands for support underneath. If you feel like you're going to move too fast, keeping this palm facing up, release down on the floor, breathe in and breathe out. Option to keep your head in line with the spine, gazing up towards the ceiling, or you can turn to the opposite side of the knees if you have no pain in the neck. Close your eyes and breathe in your reclined twist. Should feel really good for the lower back, the belly, and the hips. When you're ready, send your head back to center. Inhale to squeeze the legs together and reach them back up to center. You can place your hand to the side of your left knee to help yourself to come up. And when you're ready, we're going to send them to the opposite side. So open your left palm to the side and bring your right hand to the outside of your knees so you can slowly control how quickly they come down to the ground. Option to place a pillow underneath the knee or in between, or both. And again, you have the option to gaze up towards the sky or to gently turn your head to the opposite side of the knees. Breathe deeply into the belly. And as you exhale, release all the stale, heavy air from the belly. On your next inhale, breathe in, send your head back to center in line with your spine. Squeeze the legs together and gently, when you're ready, you can press up, sending the knees back to center. And we can take happy baby if that feels good to you. You can send your heels towards the ceiling. You can take your two peace fingers, your index finger and your third finger, and wrap them around the big toes. Or you have the option to send your hands to the outsides of your feet, wrapping your hands to the outside of the feet, whichever feels best for you. And try to keep the lower back glued and grounded to your mat. And breathe in and out in your happy baby, opening up the groin and the hips. Breathe in and breathe out in your happy baby. You can gently sway your happy baby if that feels good, keeping the head in line with the spine. Come back to stillness. Take one more breath in happy baby all together. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Good. You can gently send the legs back together, hands underneath the thighs to gently roll down, 1 foot at a time. And when you're ready, find Shavasana. So Shavasana is our final relaxation. You want to be as comfortable as possible, and you definitely do not want to skip out on Shavasana. We'll be here for a few minutes. You can place a bolster or cushions underneath the knees or under the head to gently create support. And when you're ready, close your eyes. Breathe in deeply through the nostrils and exhale through the nostrils. Observe your natural breath as it flows in and out. Take a moment to notice how you feel in Shavasana. Give yourself the time to absorb the benefits of your practice today. When you're ready, you can gently wiggle the toes and the fingers. I invite you to make mindful circles with the wrists and the ankles to one side and then the other. Next, you can gently send the legs together, pointing the toes away from you, and reach the arms overhead for a full body stretch. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. And as you exhale, relax. Gently bend the knees and roll to your right side. Coming into fetal position, creating a pillow with your right arm, stacking the ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, and breathe. Notice your mood and if there's been any shifts. And take your time and breathe in. Press through the left hand and come up to a comfortable seated position, taking your time to get there, whether you're sitting on the floor with props or you're sitting in your chair. Take your time to find your seat. And once you've found your seat, we'll close our practice with lion's breath, a very energizing breath. Lion's breath is a full inhale through the nose and an exhale. We stick out the tongue and look up behind us with our eyes open. So we might look a little silly, but it feels incredible. So please join me in our 2 rounds of lion's breath. Inhale fully through the nose. Exhale for lion's breath, stick out the tongue. Bring the tongue back in. Take 2 natural breaths. Breathing in and out of the nose. And we'll take 1 more round of lion's breath. Breathe in fully. Stick out the tongue, look up, and gently come back to center. Thank you so much for joining me for today's mood boosting yoga practice. I hope that you enjoyed our yoga session together today. And if you did, drop a comment or a like. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to the RA Yogi's YouTube channel to continue to support what we're doing here, providing accessible yoga practices to people living with arthritis and to help us live well with arthritis. I'll see you next time. Namaste.